Hello, the learning objectives of the today's video is to look at the end of the project, ensure the project is complete and to review the project properly, to investigate way of ensuring the project is finished, to define the procedure and the reason for a project audit. So main objectives or purpose of today's video is how to close a project. So if we look at this slide, we can see that the project can be closed when the project one of the phase is completed, or when the full project is completed, or project is terminated. So there's three reasons we can close the project. One is when any phase of the project is completed, when the project is fully completed, or the project is terminated. These are the activities or actions that are necessary to satisfy the completion or exit criteria for the phase or project, such as making certain that all documents and deliverables are up to date and that all issues are resolved, confirming the delivery and the formal acceptance of deliverables by the customers, ensuring that all costs are charged to the project, closing project accounts, reassigning the project personnels, dealing with excess project material, reallocation project facilities, equipments and other resources, elaborating the final project reports as required by the organizational policies. The activities that are related to the completion of the contractual agreement project or project phase, such as confirming the formal acceptance of the seller work, finalizing the open claims, update records that reflect final result, archiving such information for future use. Activities needed to collect project or phase records, audit project success or failure, manage stakeholder sharing and transfer, identify lesson learned, and archiving the project information for further use by the organization. The action and activities necessary to transfer the project product, service or result to the next phase or to production and or operation. Collecting any suggestion for improving or updating the policies and procedures of the organization and sending them to the appropriate organizational unit. Measuring the stakeholder satisfaction. Last, project closeout basically is two things we have to work on. One is the project outcome. We have to hand over the project outcome and then we have to close out the project activities. It is the final phase of the project. The output of the project is handed over to the user or customer. Close project or phase is the process of finalizing all activities for the project, phase or contract. Closeout of the project has two parts. One is the administration in closing the project. Another one is learning for the future project. The key benefit of this process are the project or phase information is archived, the planned work is completed, organizational team resources are released to pursue new endeavor. The process is performed once or at predefined point in the project. Handover. We have to check. We need to make sure that we are ready to hand over the product or service or the result ownership. So before handovering the product, we have to check, are we ready to hand over the product? We don't want to deliver something that upset our customer. Then another thing we have to do, sign off by the customer. That means we are going to transfer the ownership of the product to our customer. That also trigger the payment, final payment of the project. Then another things, the project document update. So at the end of the project, all document is going to update and marked as the final version as a result of the project closeout. Of the particular interest in the lesson learned register, which is finalized to include final information on phase or project closure. The final lesson learned register include the benefit management, accuracy of the business case, project and development life cycles, risks and issue management, stakeholder engagement, other project management process. But before the close, we have to check, are all deliverables is completed? All the documents is completed. That means the lesson, that means the training manual or the training manual or the installation manual is complete. Are there remain any defect in that project or in the deliverables? Have all invoices are issued and paid? In each customer handover is completed? Are all contractual obligation is fulfilled? So before the closing, we have to check all these things. Then, so another things I want to say, we have to make a plan for project closure in the beginning of the project. We have to make sure that we close out the project as frequently as we start the project. Otherwise, the number of the project in the organization will just grow and grow. So we have to always finish or close the project. The final product, service and result transition. A final service or result once delivered by the project may be handed over to the different group or organization that will operate, maintain and support it throughout the life cycle. That means we have to deliver the output of the project to the customer. That is our final product service. And if it is not a final product or service, it is an intermediate or subset of the another product, then the output is referred transition the final product, service or result to the project was authorized to produce from one team to another team. Here they are going to transfer the output of the project to the another team. Then we have to make a final report before the closing. So we have to make a final report. The final reports provide the summary of the project performance that includes information such as summary level of description of the project and phase, what was the good, then project objectives, the criteria used to evaluate the project scope, evidence that are completion criteria are met, quality objectives, the criteria used to evaluate the project and product quality, the verification actual milestone delivery dates, reasons for variance, cost objectives include the acceptable cost range, actual cost, reason for the any variance, summary of the validation information for the final product, service or result. These things will be included in the final report. Then we can use some checklists for closing the project. It can not limited to these things, only this, it can be more. So I am going to put some of them here. The project, all the project objectives is achieved, all quality process requirement is completed, all claims are resolved, customer is happy. We have to check the customer is happy or not. All subcontract invoices are received and paid, post project audit is completed, project staff reallocated to other project, the contract staff are reallocated or released, post project celebration event is organized, because a lot of the staff is working with this project. After successfully complete the project, it is necessary to organize a party for them, which will be motivate the team member. They will feel interest to join in future project. Then we also need to give the letter of thanks to the all project team members. It should be written in the letterhead of the company, it's not like a mail or sticky notes. So we have to give it the proper letter of thanks for participating in this project. That will motivate the project team members. Then at last we have to conduct the review of the project. Basically we have to find out what was the good, what was the bad in this during the project. So first we have to ask all the project manager what was the good in the project, why it was good in the project, and how we can make it go better on the next project. Then we have to ask the what was the not good in the project, why it was not good, and how we can be better in the next project. So always we have to ask to the team members the good things. Then if we directly ask the bad things, then they are not going to say. So we have to always we have to try to ask them the what are the good things first. So from this we understand that what are the good things that we will try to use that things in the future project, and what are the bad things we are not going to do, same things going to happen, the same things again. So we will learn from our current mistakes that will not going to happen in futures project. So in the nutshell we can say these the things: how to close a project, review the lesson learned, obtain approval, close contract, make payment, transition support, finalize report, release resource, and celebrate. So these are the things we have to go through for closing a project. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to make a comment in the comment section. Thank you for